says connecting. It says we're connecting. Connecting. Why won't you just connect? Why won't you just connect? So it says it's on. Oh my gosh, can I not? Sigh. Connecting. Connect to chat. Oh, are we here? I see somebody. Oh my God. Okay, so can I see my chat box? I'm looking for that, and as soon as I find that, we will chit chat. We'll chit chat because there's lots. Things just happen like in the past. Oh, there it is. Happened in just the past hour that I just need to talk about before moving on because it's like so important. Yeah. And whoops. Okay, what else is going on here? Hi, Carla. Hi, Cassie. I'm still trying to get something set up here. Just a momentito. Where is this? Okay. No, that's not what I'm looking for. You know how they suggest you go to a certain place and then you're like, okay, click okay. You go to the wrong place and then you can't get back to that screen? That's it. Okay. Can I see this now? Can I see this now? Can I see this now? I want to watch me. Because I don't have enough attention. Hey there, hey Romama. Okay, can you guys see? I know, it's crazy. I did not plan to do another live, but there's just stuff I have to talk about, get off my chest. Because it sure as heck isn't going to be doing tomorrow. So, I can see you guys. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Carol. Romama. Okay. And you know what? I'm not totally charged, so I have to just go kind of quick-ish. I think last night ended up being 2 hours. Did not expect that at all. I had a big discovery, number one, I'm super excited about. Number two, can we just talk about Chris Matthews resigning tonight? I had no idea. And, you know, I think that was a switch for me tonight that made me just really that tipping point where you realize everything is going to be okay and everything is acting on time. Oh, you know what? Anybody want to be a moderator? Hopefully nobody bad will show up. So, anyway, Chris Matthews resigns because he had so many gaffes. It's to the point where I can't even listen to him either. But what happened today that made my heart very happy about his resignation and the timing is something I've had my eye on. We have the asteroid Lilith. The asteroid Lilith. You know, I've tried to describe her as the dark side of the moon. There's so many descriptions about her. It's hard to describe. But if you want to think of that searing pain that women have carried for eons, think of that pain of being separated from your family at the border. It's that kind of pain. It's the pain where women have been ostracized. They've been left in ruin. They've been invalidated and ignored. It's all of that pain. Well, that pain today was at 4 degrees Aries. It's been really close to another sensitive part in our chart that the other thing I've been wanting to talk about, but I just haven't been able to get to. Well, today it was conjunct Chiron, Chiron, that asteroid. It was conjunct. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's the deepest wound that we have to heal. And so this massive wound that absolutely needs healing joined together at 4 degrees Aries. And what's so pivotal about that, incredibly pivotal, is that it was in square, 90 degrees, to the December 25th, 26th new moon eclipse in Capricorn. And so that eclipse in Capricorn fell right in between remember when Jupiter and Venus conjuncted the galactic center, and we went out November 18th and we could feel that magical beauty. So it was between that event and then the Saturn, Pluto conjunction. So it's like the midpoint of these two massive cosmic events is this new moon eclipse where we had made our wishes, where the divine feminine was ushering in the new 12-year Jupiterian cycle. And today, as Chiron and Lilith were in square to that eclipse, meaning it triggered and activated it. But by Chris Matthews. I mean, seriously. Oh, hi, everybody. Look at, there's more people here. Carla, Katrina, Sandra, Michelle. What is news about this? Oh, there's more news about that small moon. Are you talking about the mini moon, Sandra? Yeah, I'm talking about that too. I don't have an exact time on that, Carla. There's a lot. Oh, I know what pain you're talking about, Carla. Was it bone pain or head pain or knee pain, joint pain? Because the other thing that happened today, which another reason to lay low, is because Mars went to 10 degrees Capricorn, which is exactly opposite the eclipses we had on July 2nd. So it's bringing all that stuff up. And in that eclipse, I think we were Mercury retrograde. I mean, this stuff is messy and it's getting triggered all over the place. Who's the snowflake now? Donald. I mean, seriously, this stuff is being activated all over the place. Neck, Carla? Okay, you know, my neck was a lot of pain yesterday. That I'm going to assume is Uranus in Taurus, because Taurus rules the neck. Right now that's at 4 degrees and it's making a semi-sextile of 30 degrees to the Chiron and Lilith conjunction. So they're like 30 degrees apart, and when you get that close, it's kind of like having two people who are trying to talk over one another. So there's going to be that irritation. So pain in your neck is ruled by Venus, which is feminine. The neck is feminine. So that might be your pain in the neck stuff. Ouch, a 55-pound dog on a knee does not sound good. Oh, I'm sorry. Get some arnica for that. Arnicare, that is awesome. Was it temporary, Carla? Did it leave? Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Deb. Oh, you guys are still moderators. I didn't even have to assign that. Yeah, those X's are like that. I hope you're doing better, Carla. So that is a big, huge one. I would expect more things to reverberate with the the Lilith Chiron conjunction. Because tomorrow, I think Lilith passes Chiron. So it's like she's going to go through the vortex and hit the healing and hit that and move forward. So now one is going to lead the other. So there's going to be a big change in that dynamic. I think it's later in the day. I don't know exactly when, but just kind of be aware from that because it's going to be subtle, but if you're sensitive, you're going to notice it. Meanwhile, speaking of pain in the necks, look at Calgon Chow. I have some news about her with her chart. I got interested because you guys know I've been following her. I think she's way more involved in the elections than people realize. And then Tallulah had a great reading that I jumped on. I was taking notes because she was talking about this CD3 mini moon that I've been wanting to talk about. But she also talked about Elaine. And so I just like kind of took notes of the cards that she had, which aligns with the things that I see not working out well for her. We'll get this, her eclipse triggers. First of all, can opener. Can everybody say what the can opener eclipse is? You guys should have this memorized by now, maybe. The can opener eclipse from July 16th. Remember, I was really excited about that because it was at 24 degrees Cancer, Capricorn, because the sun was here in Cancer, and then the moon was over here in Capricorn at 24 degrees. Well, I was really excited about that because Donald's money has been so protected for so long because his money is at 23 degrees Cancer, and then Saturn is the lockdown on his money. He's got Saturn at the back of Venus at 25 degrees Cancer. It was like this eclipse. We finally had the chance to open the can of everything that has kept his money in a vault and lockdown nobody can ever see. And we would slowly but surely, because of the occupation of this 24th degree, splitting these two things, we could split it open and look inside. Well, someone else is getting hit by that can opener, and her name is Calgon Chow. Look at this. Look at this. She has 23 degrees Neptune. Think deception, illusion, especially it's in Libra, which has to do with the balance of justice, the scales of justice, women. So you got Neptune there. So all that deception you're doing against groups of people, and she's got Saturn at 25 degrees. She got a 23 degree and a 25 degrees. So it's kind of like Donald, how all of his money was on lockdown and nobody could see it. It's like she has all the lies and deception that are on lockdown. She's got Saturn at her back so nobody can pry open that area of deception and lies and get in there and see what she's doing. Right now, Pluto is squaring that and drilling down at that space, and it's going to continue drilling down for a couple of months. And do you see this formation here? This is a yod, the finger of God. It's usually prominent like in death charts. But talk about fate bearing down on her in her fourth house of home, defenses. That yod is also pushing here. And then she has Mercury retrograde, so contracts from afar, communications from afar, overseas, Pisces, you know, she's got that shipping company, is going to be involved with that. And Mars, aggression, action, warrior, in Taurus. This like kind of makes me think of materialism with her because she's got Venus right there. Oh, it's retrograde. That's why she's so, ew. She and Mitch both have Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde, it's like those people, I know some with Venus retrograde who are very loving, but feeling love and partnership, they crave that. It's like they can never get to that point. So, you know, they fill the void with materialism or false love. And so, and then Mars is not strong in Taurus because Mars is the action warrior and the energizer. And what does Taurus the bull do? It just, you know, sits outside and takes in the sun and doesn't move very much. It's a comfort creature. So this is about being energized by doing nothing but just standing around and being comfy. But warring with people, money, and deception to get contract. It's like she doesn't have to do anything for this at all. I mean, talk about pampered Elaine Chow syndrome. Well, this can opener is opening it right up. And transit Uranus is getting ready to conjunct her Mars. So poof, that's going to blow up too. Also, her sun is at 5 degrees Aries. Remember I just said that Chiron and Lilith are at 4 degrees Aries. They're going to be creeping along. They're both going to hit this 5 degrees Aries at some point, and that is going to hurt a lot. Oh, and I'm not finished, you guys. Not at all. Listen to this. So, I think last week I did a thing. I don't even know what reading that was. But I was trying to explain. I think it was a live thing, maybe. No, it wasn't. I was trying to point out the importance of Capricorn 20 degrees. With everything that was happening, I was able to link the eclipse click dates back to like Pence and immigration. Oh, I linked it back to Bill Barr, how he is been sucked in by these eclipses because it relates to when he and Wilbur Ross were found in contempt by the House. And so everything that Bill Barr touches going forward, he has been sucked in by that eclipse with fraud. So that's why he can't do a whole lot. Well, here we go. Calgon Chow, her natal Chiron. We talked about Chiron. The wound that she has to heal. 20 degrees Capricorn. 20 degrees Capricorn. That was a full moon eclipse on January 10th. That's going to hurt. And then Saturn, if it doesn't get her soon here, Saturn goes into Aquarius at the end of this month. And when Saturn rolls over her north node, done. Done as could be, maybe in jail. She's done, you guys. But this is by the time it hits this point, we're like another year and a half out. Okay? Maybe 2 years. But she's done. She's done. She's totally done. Isn't that fun? Yay. Okay, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about? Hi, everyone. Did I miss any? Hello. Okay, I think I'm all, yes, it's going to leave a mark. I think I'm all caught up. Okay, so is that like not super cool news? Chris Matthews, Calgon Chow, bye-bye. Also, so I wanted to talk about the CD3. Tallulah, I was so glad she picked up on that because I heard it last week and I wanted to talk about it. So we have a mini moon orbiting our Earth right now. And remember last night I told you guys during Donald's inauguration, the asteroid Chaos, literally Chaos, CHAOS, was conjunct his sun during his inauguration. I mean, seriously. So CD3 has a very chaotic orbit. CD3 is an asteroid about the size of a car that about 3 years ago, it has its normal orbit, but it got close to the sun close to Earth, and it got sucked into our orbit. So it's been orbiting around the Earth for about 3 years. And what happened about 3 years ago? Someone was sworn in with chaos connected to his sun. So that asteroid got sucked into Earth's atmosphere because of the gravity. And the thing is, this CD3, it does not have like a normal orbit. It is like really chaotic. Like it'll go out like this and come in and go like this. And then it's kind of, it's worse than a spirograph. If it was a roller coaster, you'd definitely be so sick on it. It just has such a weird, random orbit all over the place. And it can get, so they call them Earth-Moon distances. I don't know what the distance is from the Earth to the Moon, but that's considered an one Earth-Moon distance. Earth to the Moon. Well, this thing is so crazy, chaotic orbit. It ranges anywhere from half of an Earth-Moon distance to 4.5 Earth-Moon distances. Think about that. That's how chaotic that orbit is. So this, I mean, the moon's responsibility for planet Earth is to keep Earth on her axis, to keep us spinning on our axis. And when the moon moves, orbits around the Earth, it's responsible for our high tides and our low tides. It is responsible to keeping us in this position because we're able to regulate our seasons. It regulates everything in life on planet Earth. It rules the digestive system. So we have a moon that keeps us in order, and now we have this chaotic thing that is running all over the place past 3 years. I think we're going to feel it, especially if it gets as close as a half of an Earth-Moon distance. I mean, it is running in between the Earth and the moon itself as the satellites. I mean, talk about chaos. I mean, there's no coincidence. And it's supposed to leave in April. It's supposed to finally orbit its way out of our gravitational pull, and then it'll head towards the sun. But that's just crazy. Isn't that just crazy? What else do I want to tell you about that? Anything? Chaotic orbit. Okay, so that's all I wanted to tell you about that. Isn't that crazy? Okay, let me check this. Did I miss anything? Hello, Sharon Hellman from Colorado. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Sue. Cynthia. Katrina. Hi, Connie. Michelle, Sandra. Okay, I think we're good. So, okay. So that was the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. What else I want to talk to? This last one, because you guys, I've been searching for my ballot ever since I wasn't able to vote. Earlier, I did a reading on the election interference and what the FBI knew about the election interference. So then I just started checking in with Don Holio. I told you, he and MoFlo have been so close together. Like, they've been on separate parallel terrascopes forever. And all of a sudden, Putin and the Six Wands mob are out. Now he's like always got MoFlo close to him. In fact, she occupied his first house of identity this time. I'm like, what is going on? So then I looked at both of them. Then I looked at Calgon Chow. I'm like, really? And then Mitch, he had 3 sevens, which is associated with alliances. But then for whatever reason, I needed to look at Erik Prince. And this is the spread that I had on Erik Prince. And the most telling thing, if you want to think of the card of the reading, on the Ascendant, what's giving him life this week with Super Tuesdays, I think we have found a magician in house. Because we know about the magicians, in the Eastern Hemisphere. We have one in house. This is what he's doing. He is also involved with elections. This is his card of the reading. You know who had the card of the reading / Ascendant? Election interference. That's who had it. So I think he's the one that's kind of running the gig with election interference here. And so this was the Terrascope. And then I was like, I need clarifiers for this. what exactly are you doing interfering? And so these clarifiers, this is like when I was like, I gotta go live. So this is a story that's told to me. So remember, the magician, this is the manipulator. This is the one that has like what are those things called on the motherboards? The micro, you know what I'm talking about? I can't find the words. But the microchip, thank you. Look what's beneath here. This is the Trump campaign. So remember, this was the microchip in the servers or electionware or e-polling books that switches things on and off remotely. He's this guy. He's part of the Trump campaign. Oh, look, there's the star. That's the office of the President of the United States. So my clarifiers, when I looked at these, he's the one that's helping keep count of the votes, the tabulations, that they're balanced. To win an election, he sets it up and walks away. So as I sat there, I'm like, I need more clarification on this Six of Pentacles. Uh-oh, what did I just do? These four go here. I wanted more, yes, okay. I wanted more clarification on these. And so I had to sit here for a while and think about this. I'm like, what is this Six of Pentacles about? If these are vote totals, so what? What is he flipping? What is he switching? So my clarifier was this. Okay, this is the balance of the vote. These are the vote totals. The Page of Cups obviously is a person with news. I think this person is on the ground about the voters that they identified, and announces the plan with the timing and the devil Putin. So part of his job as a magician to manipulate is to watch these vote totals, how they're balanced. Because it's all about timing, because he has the total votes. Then they get the news in about those total votes. This is a person who tabulates that and then says, hey, sends the plan off out there for the timing for interference, Putin. So then I wanted to know, okay, so we have this person, and they let them know, but I'm like, well, what else happens? I got to know what happens. So then this is what I got. So they tell that person it's time, and then as part of this plan we do all the time, let someone know, so like the message goes out to Pootie Stub, but the message has to come back here, stateside, wherever it is. So that person gets that information, time to start the nightmare of, vote tallies coming in at the last minute and suddenly flip, and then, blue loses. The person who shouldn't have won, we didn't think they were going to win, but things were so close with polling days ahead of time, it was a nightmare. And that person isn't going to get elected now because that information was transmitted back to Erik Prince. See how that works? And then when I flipped over my clarifying cards, look who came up on the bottom. Moflo. So that explains why she is so close with Cal Godchow and Mitch, and why she's been showing up so much lately with the primaries around the corner, because she's been nowhere to be found forever. And all of a sudden, zoop, here she goes. Here she is. So that was my big discovery. This is his Terrascope. These are my clarifiers. What's this? Okay. Oh my God, you guys, I'm starting to sweat. That goes there. This goes here. This goes... What is going on? Okay. What a mess. Okay. I think that was the only thing that stood out to me. Oh, this is the other thing. So what was crowning Erik Prince? Oh, God. What was crowning Erik Prince in this Terrascope? Change. Well, the astrology card says, look to the third house of messages. So we go down to the third house of messages here. Oh, there's Libra, balancing scales. Oh, what does it say? Remember the Two of Pentacles? That is how data, pentacles are data, they're transferred with that microchip from one thing into another. And then the third house, the astrology card was Uranus, shock, sudden information, lightning bolt, shocking information, genius. I mean, it's all related. Let's see, at the base of this, he has, first house of who he is. Oh, we're going to elect the Republicans. We're just going to keep doing this the way we've always done. No, okay, so this is his secret, the Four of Swords. Remember the Four of Swords? That's this microchip thing that lays dormant until it's activated during elections with the e-polling books and whatever electronic voting machines they're using. The hidden enemy is how they have an opponent that is held captive. Somehow they're able to successfully isolate them with their digital armies, with propaganda, weaponizing that candidate's own proprietary voter information against them. And they can't do anything. That's his hidden enemy. That's how he wins. But this is the thing that is weaponized against him should he ever be found out. What else do I have? I think, oh, and get this. He had this Page of Cups, his person on the ground, in the sixth house here of public servants. He's working with public servants to manipulate this. And where did I have the devil? Seventh house was timing with the devil. So we the people, Erik Prince, he had this show up again, timing with Putin against we the people. And you can't make this stuff up. It keeps corroborating. So these are my exciting finds. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. So what are you guys talking about now? You guys are talking about, yes, crypto. Who did Manafort hand the election had documents off to? Very excellent question, Miss Roma. Roma. Didn't he hand it off to Deripaska? He handed that stuff off to Deripaska. And, Kamala Harris's data was hacked. And of course, Hillary Clinton's data was hacked and handed over. I'm just going to say one more time, Hillary Clinton never had her server hacked. And perhaps that's because maybe it was made in the United States of America and assembled in the United States of America. Crazy coincidence. And of course, the six-way Erik Prince. You're welcome. What you guys are buffering? Why are you buffering? Are you still buffering? I don't see any buffers over here. Not buffering yet. When will Trump taxes come out? Katrina, I have no idea. I just know, though, his money is absolutely tied up. Look at this. The Venus right now is, oh my goodness. I didn't even think about this. So, over Washington, D.C., this is the first quarter moon. On the ascendant, the sign coming over the horizon in the eastern sky, we all have an ascendant. The time you took your first breath, that's usually documented in your birth certificate. You know, you can draw a chart. Let's say it was like 8 a.m. Washington, D.C. If we cast a chart for 8 a.m., it would have a sign on the eastern horizon. Well, at this first quarter moon, we have Leo. Leo the lion at 6 degrees 50 minutes Leo. So what's giving life to this chart has everything to do with the sun. And in a chart, the horoscope over Washington, D.C., the sun represents the president. And look, he's over here in the 8th house of shared resources, life, death, transformation, other people's money, taxes. Look, there's a document here, Mercury retrograde, related to that, and there's Neptune deception. The astrology card here was Pisces, and he drew, oh my gosh, he drew the Fool. We know what kind of fool he is, and we know what that means in my cards. The cards always indicate your sealed indictment. So that's what he drew. You know, Moflo drew the fool too. She had that. Oh, she did not. I thought that she did. Just Don Julio has the Fool in the 8th. That's what his indictments, sealed indictments, have to do with shared resources, money, and Russia. So the ascendant, now feeding Washington, D.C. this week, 6 degrees Leo, has to do with the sun. It's over here. It has to do with the 5th house here. And it refers to the body. I thought that was interesting, especially with the cerveza. The cerveza thing that's in 15 states now. I can't say that word because otherwise I will get demonetized. But you guys know what I mean about cerveza being in 15 states now, maybe 100 cases, something like that. Bad cerveza. So I have no idea when we're going to see Trump's taxes because I'm not good at predicting time. I have absolutely given up predicting anything that has to do with time. But I always promise, though, my eclipse clicks just turns that knob another spot, another step closer to getting everything that we want, because we are set on this path permanently towards that money. Okay. What? Netanyahu's going to win again? He's lost 3 elections. Oh, they can't get rid of the guy. He lost last May. He lost last September. Then the guy who won was like, hey, Bibi, you go ahead and make a coalition government. He had a deadline. He lost again. I don't know why. There's another election with him now in February, losing again. Or no, he won? He's going to win? Okay. I'll look at that later, Carla. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. So, you guys, that's all I wanted to look at tonight. So I'm just going to call it a night for now. And I don't even want to look at the results for tomorrow night with Super Tuesday, because I think what people have been saying for the past week is probably not accurate because we had this quarter moon today in the afternoon. So that changes the tone and direction for everything. And that's all I'm going to say about that. We can be a little surprised here and there, okay? So I'm just going to say good night to you guys. Thank you so much for showing up and hanging out with me in the middle of the night, because I just wouldn't be able to sleep unless I did something with this. And I didn't feel like recording alone. I had to bounce this off, ideas off with you guys, okay? So we're going to say night-night now. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Ava. Katrina, Claudia, T-Ride. Oh, he lost last night? BB lost last night? I hope. Katrina, Carla, Claudia, randoms, vagina. All right. How do you even get away with that handle? Rosie, good night. Michelle, thank you. Yes, Romama. Cynthia, Carla, Katrina, Cynthia, T-Ride, good night, good night, good night. Okay. See if I can turn this off again, because I couldn't do it last night. Okay, good night. Okay, how do I turn this off? There, stop. Finish event, good night.